All right, take two. Oh boy, that did not go well. I literally just sat here and talked for 12 minutes with my mic muted. And I didn't realize it until I was editing the video. I go back and add a transcript to ChatGPT to help me bang out a quick description and make sure my title's on point and my thumbnail text, the text behind my head back here, to make sure it's all on point, make sure I'm not missing anything. And I hit play on the video and it was nothing. So that didn't go well. And what I was talking about was transparency, and I want to come back and hit on that point again, because it's so perfect that today's show was about transparency, and I completely botched the process. So, note to self: create a checklist for going live and doing the things. Maybe don't move so fast. Maybe book more time before this call. So process will be updated. And the reason why I wanted to talk about transparency today, I had a quick chat. I saw this new feature in Granola AI, an app that I use for recording all of my calls. It doesn't save recordings, but it transcribes them and gives you sort of an outline of notes and action items when the calls are done. And they launched this new feature called recipes, and you can grab a recipe, or you can click on a recipe, I should say, and it kind of runs. It's like a pre-built prompt. And it was this coaching one called Unwritten Rules of How We Actually Work, which is interesting. And when I first got the copy, oh boy, was it humbling, super humbling. I was emotional for a minute until I realized, wait, that's actually a great reflection of the business I have been building now for years. And the irony is that when I messed up going live, it's kind of proof positive that, and coming back here, I'm hoping that it's proof positive that transparency is a feature, not a bug. It's a differentiator, right? So it said, everything that orbits around me, my judgment, my availability, my decision-making, and it was probably a little more honest, or maybe it was how it framed it from a language perspective about, fair feedback that a boutique founder-led shop, is sort of the gravitational center of that business. The processes are built around how I like to work and how I deliver and the quality of what we're building and doing. All 100% true. It kind of gave me crap for building something that is too qualitative focused and would struggle to scale, because at the end of the day, I'm the final authority on quality, and I won't let anything out that I wouldn't put my name on. And fair enough, that is the business that I've built. But to reframe that, it's also a strength that we do high quality work, that there isn't a lot of churn, and I don't have systems for managing churn and client turnover and client offboarding, because it doesn't happen enough for that to be systemized. Maybe that changes in the future. Fine, we can have that conversation, but I wouldn't frame it as dysfunction the way Granola did, because any founder-led company has a lot of choices and decisions to make when you're building your systems and you're deciding what to deliver, how you deliver it, and who you deliver it to. Taste, judgment, experience, relationships, standards, how transparent you're going to be. Those are not bugs. Those are features. Those are things that levers we can pull intentionally in order to create the mix that is unique, right? Because when you think about it, and I've said this before, I think it's been months since I've said this, I have a tremendous monopoly. Nobody is like me. You are the holder of a tremendous monopoly, because you are uniquely you. What you do, how you do it, the way you do it, who you do it for, who gives you energy, all of those things are entirely unique, from your process to your execution to your way you manage relationships. And nobody else can do that exactly the way you do it. That is your monopoly. That is why I've built a system where I'm not marketing. I am the marketing. And, you know, Granola kind of gave me a hard time about that too, which I really appreciated. But I share how we work on calls with clients all the time. I share how I make decisions. I don't hide the process. And that is the process. I'm building relationships with people that have similar sized companies or a little bit bigger company. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm 100% successful all the time. You can save that crap for LinkedIn. Doing this is really hard. And transparency is clarity. Transparency actually removes friction. So I know there are people who will say I lack professionalism because I'm not secretive enough about some of the numbers or some of the processes or my level of, I won't say level, my level of interest in sitting through calls just to help people and not to convert them. Because I value relationships and reputation, because I understand that over the long haul, and you probably understand this too, that has a lot of value to the business. It's like investing, right? You buy an investment, you buy a bunch of stocks or put money in an IRA or 401k or whatever. Tomorrow, they're not worth much more or much less. Pretty much the same. A year from now, it varies. 20 years from now, the difference is dramatic. And the reason is that time is the factor. Here's what I know. And I probably have 1,000 LinkedIn connections. I probably have a lot more than that, but you can't unknow somebody. We've worked together. You've watched this video. You'll always remember me, my stupid red sweater, my stupid hair, whatever it is, my chalkboard colored background. Fine. Maybe it's something I said. Hopefully it's something I said. You can't unsee, you can't not know someone once you've worked with them, interacted with them, and that relationship over time can be of value to you. I value those relationships, however deep or shallow they've ever been. And I think that the challenges of running a business and scaling a business requires relationships. It's like the number one challenge. You can't make something and have no one to sell it to and build a business on that. You will sell nothing. So reputation matters. And I'm not going to pretend that I'm some detached CEO running a business and everything happens without me. That's not the business I've built. I built a services business, and that services business is dependent on those relationships. Boutique doesn't have to equal or mean personal, but, and maybe that's the point, but there has to be enough of that to have enough trust and to have a shared understanding of quality and of vision. And I think that transparency goes a long way to speeding up the process of building that. And that's not something I'm really willing to compromise on. So look, I sat here and recorded this video. It was a lot longer than this one, about how and why this level of transparency wins, or it feels right for me, right? I think in this AI content-driven world where we're about to see a dramatic devaluing of social media because nothing on it is going to be real anymore, the flaws, the authenticity, Finding authenticity is going to become a lot more difficult. It's already difficult. So transparency, authenticity, these things build trust, and trust is real. That I know. So look, if you're running a funnel-led business and like me, you're into owning the fact that you are the solar system for that business, I feel you. And stick around, like and subscribe. And there's going to be a lot more videos like this into the future. I go live every Friday at 11 a.m. It is 11:45 now because I had to come back and do it again. And that's okay. Thanks for rolling with it. Thanks for watching Take Two. And I'll see you next Friday. Hopefully, like and subscribe. Holler at your boy. Leave a comment. Say what's up. Say, yeah, I feel you. Or, man, you're dumb. Either way, I can dig it. I'm cool with that. Have a good one. I will see you next week.